Greetings, sentient beings. This broadcast is not intended for children. There may be strong language and adult themes.
Oh, sure. Say it yourself instead of using your AI replacement.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Shoot. Also should have had a. Yeah, this background's good for everything.
It works for now. It's Pride Month after all, so.
More like gay shit.
It's not gay shit, it's everyone shit.
Oh, well, that's better. Okay. Republicans, too? We got to get rid of that red up there. That's the problem.
Did you hear that the log cabin Republicans have finally had it with the RNC and have left the party?
Oh, you think?
Yeah, it only took them how many decades?
And where'd they go?
3 or 4.
Yeah, they just issued a statement that the Republican Party does not support their interests.
Duh. I mean, that is just so stupid. I cannot believe that they would actually make it public that they've been stupid all these years and decades. Oh, man.
Let's see what we have for today's day here. National Moonshine Day. We toast National Moonshine Day to organize a beverage with a notorious record of blurring the lines of history and the law, turning ordinary men and women into criminals and common criminals into legends. All right, cool. Turning common criminals into legends.
Yep. Yeah, originally moonshining was a sideline a lot of farmers did because it was a way that they could turn their excess grain into something they could sell.
Well, moonshine is also responsible for beginning NASCAR and the big rage of stock car racing in the South.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They used to do their runs and on back roads and stuff, and they built cars very fast so that they could get away from the sheriff, and it just evolved.
Something tells me that's not right.
Okay, go check it out.
I don't know.
Really?
I would consider that to be a believable legend. Okay, weirdly enough, we don't have Mark Caesar with us.
Oh.
Which he should be here because he makes his own whiskey.
Maybe he got eaten by a kangaroo. Or a drop bear. Oh my God, he was attacked by a drop bear.
Oh no, not a drop bear.
Okay, Angie said that Angie is supporting Jenny's claim.
You all can hear me, right?
Yep.
All right.
You're sounding a little distant, but we can hear you.
I've been messing around with things, so.
Yeah, and the voice in the background is Sloth Girl's son, who I always used to call Extra Man, but since I'm no longer a man, now he's the only man, so he can't be Extra Man anymore.
And the humming in the background is my air conditioner, if you can hear it.
You can't hear that.
It's hot outside.
I turned off the background noise on your microphone so I don't hear it.
They can hear you.
Yeah, I don't have as much problem with the heat because first of all, if you never let the sunlight in, it helps a lot.
Yeah.
But also, I live on the first floor, so the concrete slab makes an incredible heat sink, and it really moderates the temperature.
Yeah, there's no mention of it in the NASCAR history. On NASCAR's website, they only go up to the first actual race in Florida.
Jenny.
Yes.
Do you have Excel Energy?
Who energy?
Excel Electric?
Well, I don't really know for sure because the landlord handles the electric bill and stuff. So I've never actually seen. There's a couple Dairyland and Excel and there's actually several power companies that all do business in the same county. It's
I was just wondering who you pay your electric to.
I'm sorry, say that again. I missed.
Who do you pay your electric bill to?
I don't. I pay the landlord rent and that.
Ah, it's included. Okay, never mind then. Strike that. We're good.
I pay FPL and they're a bunch of crooks.
Well,
It's a utility company. Of
in
course they
general
are.
Of course they are. They got you right where they want you. You can't.
These guys are particularly the guy who run the CEO is particularly corrupt. He pays himself way more than most other her power companies.
Florida perverts and liars.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way of putting it. There's been a big uproar about how they've been price gouging people in the past year or two.
I've heard about that in Florida, the electrical things have just gotten way out of control.
Yeah,
everything's out of control in Florida.
Yeah, apparently the Florida Supreme Court looked into it and like they were like, well, you can't do this anymore, but we're not gonna stop what you've already done. It's basically the verdict so far. So they can't price gouge any further. They is allowed to keep price gouging at the point they're at.
So they've capped them out at only being able to charge 500 times what they should.
Yeah, kind of something along those lines. And like I said, the CEO is basically paying himself 5 times the amount of what an average CEO in that position would get pay.
Well, he must be very proud of himself.
Yeah.
Nobody
I
else
love
is.
the idea of supporting a federal law that would say that the CEO can only make, say, 50 times the amount of the lowest paid employee. Because then the only time they could get themselves a raise is by giving the janitors a raise.
It's not a bad idea.
50 times is too much.
Yeah, maybe not 50 times, but
20.
We can argue about the exact number, but the point being that, tie their salary to the lowest paid employee in the company.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Of course, they would just bypass that anyway, because then they would say that, oh, their salary is quite modest. They just happen to get a bonus every year for 5,000 times the amount of their salary.
Oh, Angie's got a link in the chat.
For NASCAR.
NASCAR Moonshine routes. Okay.
Can I make a plug real quick?
See, that's the problem with Jenny. We never know when she's telling us something accurate, when she's just fucking around with us.
Generally, if I tell you to go look it up after I give a story, then it's true. Unless I provide the link, then it might be a bogus link, but I'm telling you my secrets. Oh no. I had a terrible thing happen to me today. For the first time in 45 years. No, excuse me, I'm miscounted. For the first time in 30 years.
What's the name of your game called?
I found a single black hair on my left leg. So I plucked it.
Okay.
Oh, it was very upsetting. I'm getting furry.
Well, at least you didn't have a heart attack and die.
No, I've done that one already.
That was a reference from a anime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a Zombieland saga. One of the main characters is trans, and actually is the first trans character in any of that genre of anime. Interesting enough, and the backstory of the character is that she was all stressed out and then found a hair on her chin, and that was enough to push her over the edge, and she had a heart attack.
Oh, well, I didn't react that badly.
Hi.
Hey, Steph.
Stefferoni.
Stuffer Ronan.
Stephnacity.
In theory, I'm sailing this afternoon, but if you look behind me, you'll notice that there are some pretty severe thunderstorms headed our way.
Your picture is way too small. The whole thing is about 4 millimeters, 6 millimeters.
Yeah. Take my word for it.
There we go.
Yeah, I can see the rain coming down.
Yep.
We'll see. It looks like, I'm looking at the radar, it looks like about an hour's worth of this crap, and then it's clearing
Looks
out.
like a copy too.
How you feeling?
It's my experience with COVID has always been like feel really, really terrible for about 3 days, and then feel modestly terrible for about a week and a half. So, I'm all right. I just, I don't have an awful lot of endurance, and it really sucks. But, I'll do what I can in the cockpit. Hopefully it won't be blowing more than 8. If it is blowing more than 8, I'll just suffer.
Hey, Robin, you know what else you could do? You could put a balloon over the top of each bottle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Oh, that's right. It's what is it? It's Moonshine.
Well, unfortunately, all I have is Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey. I have the regular kind, and I have the honey flavored one, which is pretty nice. I've liked it so far. It gives you like a honey aftertaste.
So it's basically like a meat.
Mountain Dew Moonshine.
I've only had Shine twice.
Shine on, shine
I've
on.
never actually had any homemade whiskey. I'd like to try it.
Neither have I.
There's this guy who lives down a red dirt road right next to the Columbia, South Carolina Yacht Club. Look, South Carolina, whatever. The Yacht Club with a picture of somebody with the name of Helms standing at the South Pole with a Confederate flag. Must have been them other Helmses. There's this guy, I think his name, I'm trying to remember, it's Bobby Ray or Ray Bob or something like that. Anyways, he has this barn that's decked out with a whole bunch of old, like, boat stuff and an enormous bar. What is got plenty of shine. Very, very strange experience. It's like, it's one of those, oh shit. It's not a question of you might be a redneck. You are a redneck if you're here.
If your dog and your wallet are both on a chain, you might be a redneck.
If your porch falls down and kills more than 3 dogs, you might be a redneck.
If your porch falls down and kills more than 3 dogs, you might be a redneck.
Speaking of dogs, I gotta go take care of Molly closing my door.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot and muggy out there. Even with the air on, I'm sweating. What's upsetting?
Well, I have no shine or booze at all, whatever, in the establishment at the moment, but that's the way it goes. All right.
It's 80 degrees here in South Minnesota,
Mm.
southeast.
I think it's,
I don't
it's
know what it
it's
is
got the windows
outside.
shut. I think it's
I've got
muggy.
the windows open. I've got the drapes covering to minimize the sunlight. No, the thermometer in here says it's a comfortable 70 degrees.
Yes. I think it's
Nice.
muggy. It's humid.
I
Or I
actually-
imagine my fever might be back too.
I actually finished my bottle of Windsor,
I had a fever of 100 last night.
the fastest I've ever killed a bottle in my life. Took like 2 months. One of those
Well-
fifths, 1/5 or 750 milliliters, whatever it was.
Really love this new thermometer, Purple. Thank you.
750.
Angie.
Yeah, that'd probably take me about 2 months to get through.
That's so true.
Wow, we've stayed on topic for 15 minutes. Woohoo!
Is that like a record or something?
No.
Hey,
92, that's not hot. Go out to Phoenix. Yeah, I wonder how Beck's doing. Ooh, they're talking 110 out there.
That's too hot.
Yes, it is.
Altogether too hot.
Yeah, well,
Ooh,
then
lightning.
again, for me, the mean temperature on my home planet is about 15 degrees warmer here. So, up to the mid 80s is comfortable for me.
There was a guy on Good Morning America. They're interviewing about the extreme weather, the extreme heat out in the Southwest right now. And well, that doesn't usually do it this time of year, and it usually waits another month. And this
Doesn't matter if it's
guy
right.
who's a professional chimes in and says, "Well, you better get used to it because this is the new reality we face. It's not going to get any cooler."
Might get worse, in fact.
Yep.
South Asia is in dire straits. Equatorial regions, dire straits. Pretty bad. I hate this fucking timeline.
How did they get
Well-
into the Biff timeline?
I've read
Yeah.
rather a lot about it, and it said that of anywhere in the U.S., the Great Lakes states will suffer the least from it because, if anything, it's just going to mean that our winters will be shorter and more moderate.
Oh, darn. That would suck.
Yeah, so this is going to wind up being the area that everybody else is going to be trying to come to.
Well, that's interesting. Living in the driftless area, which is the only area that didn't get hit by the glaciers.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
be the only area that doesn't get hit by the extreme weather, huh? That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I want the other timeline where we had flying cars.
Me, George Jensen.
You know how much CO2 the flying cars would have put out? They would have just done this so much faster.
Yeah.
Robin
They
Webster.
would have been nuclear powered or something like that. I don't know. Some
Robin,
other
is
thing.
that-
They're fusion power. They're fine.
Yeah. Some
Robin,
other
is that
thing. It
because
would
of
have
the
been some
heat?
other thing.
I want the timeline where mass transit in the U.S. didn't get systematically dismantled and everybody didn't have to own a car.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah, that
nice.
would be
That
good.
that would make a big impact on the whole environment too.
Actually, Ember, I think you're right about the moonshine. Moonshine and 5.52 ammunition.
Yeah,
Jesus. All right. So when did Purple's channel turn into a prepper channel? I'm a little concerned at the moment.
oh, it happens occasionally.
All right.
We don't make a habit of it, don't worry.
All right. I feel safer now.
Only on Saturdays. On Saturdays, we try to stay on topic.
It's not really perverted enough yet.
I think though that Amber's comment is totally on topic. Yeah, moonshine could be currency. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I definitely see that.
Yeah, all right.
Especially
That's
since
work.
most of the water won't be safe to drink.
Oh, good point. Good point.
People don't think about that, What happens when the tap water stops flowing? Where are you going to get your water from?
Yeah, that's
You
gonna be a
drink it out of a
problem.
lake. That's a good way to get sick. Maybe
so
even get yourself some of those brain-eating bacteria.
So here's a little trick here. You take a stocking and you fill the bottom part with fine sand, the top part with active of charcoal, and you filter your water through that. And then in the filtered water you boil, and then you can make it drinkable. You can pretty
Yeah,
much
well-
make anything. You can make pond water drinkable that way.
Okay, boiling takes a lot of energy. If you can get it, you just put in just a couple of drops, like an eyedropper with bleach. And, as long as you let it sit to gas out long enough, the bleach will gas out and it'll have killed off all the bacteria and everything, and it'll be safe to drink.
Over 83. Oh my God.
Cider.
Oh yeah,
Beer and cider. Get all kinds of colonial.
If I had the space for a still, I would brew my own cider because I can't find any decent hard cider anymore.
You don't need to brew it. You just need to have some cider and let it sit.
Yeah, you can make it yourself.
It does it all on its own. It's really kind of nice.
Yeah, but how long does it take, though? You gotta have
Not
room.
long.
You got plenty of time.
couple
You just
months
put it in
maybe.
a closet and walk away.
I mean, if you're talking Applejack, then what you do is, well, you could put it in the freezer and then pour off the,
Yeah,
get the alcohol.
That happened to my mom. We had some I think it was grape juice. So she was putting it into her thermos and drinking it, and not realizing it had fermented. And my mom was an alcoholic, so it was triggering her alcoholism. Like why she couldn't quite figure out why she was starting with all these cravings all of a sudden for alcohol, and then she realized she's been drinking fermented wine for the past few weeks.
Yep. We did have that happen accidentally once when I was a kid. That there was a jug of cider in the garage that apparently had been sitting there for more than a year, so it had fermented.
It doesn't take long. I mean, you can cider will turn in a month easily.
Okay, let's put it this way. I don't have enough room to store it as fast as I would drink it.
Okay.
Yeah, people always get upset with me when I call wine and rotten grape juice.
Yeah, actually, Ember, with the bleach, I use about 2 drops per gallon, and as long as you, let it sit and gas out for 24 hours, all the chlorine is gone. I'm not sure what Apple Crown is or where I would get it. I assume it's something like a mother.
Crown Royal Apple. They can't hear me.
It's Crown Royal Apple.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, isn't that just apple flavored whiskey or something?
Yeah, pretty much. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, ultraviolet light, again, you have the problem of you need power to do it. And it's like, yeah, we're not going to have electricity if everything shuts down.
You don't really need the electricity. You just need to be able to know how to make a fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fire takes resources too.
Yeah, but
And of course, where the hell are you going to get bleach? There's only
yeah,
gonna
if
be a
you're
limited
heating,
supply of it.
sorry.
You're saying about using bleach. Well, where are you going to get bleach after a while? It's going to run out.
Yeah.
We
Well,
can still make fire. I mean,
the bleach, I think I could get a good stock of for a good while. One of the places I don't think people will think of raiding is a spa supply store.
A spa supply store?
Place that sells pool and spa supplies. I don't think it's going to occur to many people that that's a good place to loot.
Why would it be?
Because you can get the chlorine tablets.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It only takes like a single eyedropper of bleach to a gallon of water.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You only need a concentration of like 3 parts per million.
Yeah, I don't overdo it. Because you might get damaged. No, I hope nobody tried to drink bleach to get rid of the COVID. It's not good.
Well, actually, I hope that certain people would drink bleach to get rid of COVID, but not the intelligent ones.
Yeah, well, some of those people, when you hear them speaking, you kind of need the brain bleach to get that stuff off your...
Yeah. And sometimes the things you see on the internet, you want to use the eyedropper to put bleach in your eyes afterwards, but...
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, actually, Robin, this is where I first came up with the thing about putting the bleach in the tap water, was after it killed all my daughter's goldfish. They all wound up getting ick, which actually are tiny black parasites, and that was coming from the tap water. So when I realized that there were tiny parasites in our tap water, I thought, yeah, I'm going to bleach this stuff and let it sit before I drink it.
Did you introduce
Because
any
I
other fish?
certainly don't want to buy bottled water.
Did you introduce any other fish in that tank? Or
No.
any other plants or anything?
Nope, did not change anything except the water.
That's strange, because they
It
shouldn't
appears
be able
that-
to be living in the tap water.
The chlorine will dissipate within a 24-hour period if you use
Yep.
tap water.
4 people admit that is.
As long as it's just a very small quantity.
5 out of 4
And
people.
if you
admit
give them
that
tap
that's
water,
right.
then the fish never get cavities. Should I repeat that one? Or
appears-
was it that bad?
It was that bad.
Okay, I'm sorry.
If in about 15 minutes my internet connection goes down, it's because in about 15 minutes I'm going to get hit with a bunch of purple.
Yeah, well, in a swimming pool, they put in just massive amounts of chlorine again. Yeah, the difference is I'm talking that for drinking more, you're just going for a few parts per million.
Back in our days on the swim team, we were required. They shoved this off on us. I couldn't believe it. Well, you use the pool so much. We were required to check the bleach or the chlorine concentration and add every day.
Yep. That's also why after you've gone swimming, you really need to shower with your bathing suit on first and rinse it off, because the pool water will eat all the elastic out of your swimsuit.
Oh, and it'll fade the color real good.
Just jump in the ocean.
Purple, honey.
Yeah.
I loaded a bunch of photographs that you can share to everybody, but I think you should start from the bottom up. They're all on MidAmerica.
Okay.
Yeah, but iodine doesn't taste as good, Amber.
Yeah.
There we go. I know how to do this. If you can't understand why your trans friend is scared right now, oh wait, I missed
Bring
another
it
button.
up.
Yep, there we go. If you can't understand why your trans friend is scared right now, then you don't have a trans friend. You know a trans person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that you have not listened to a trans person long enough to realize what the situation is.
Robin, no, I did not look them up.
Hey, you want an oldie but goodie? Got an oldie but goodie.
There's a new breed of cat picture in there. It's a miniature. There it is.
Oh my, look at that. Very small cat.
It's real too.
It's adorable.
Isn't it cute?
It's from Australia and wants to kill you.
It's going to paralyze your knuckle.
Oh, is this what the feral cats in Australia are evolving into?
With a pouch.
Well, all cats kind of already have that primordial pouch thing, so they're on the way there.
Hand up. Did you know that kangaroos have 2 uteruses?
No.
I just learned
I
that
did
yesterday.
not know that.
Yeah, I just learned that with a crossword puzzle yesterday.
I did not know about that. I did know that a platypus has a 4-headed penis, although only the 2 on the right side are functional.
Yeah, well, duck's got a corkscrew.
Good point, Ember. It's a normal cat. The hand holding it is giant.
Oh, yeah.
Nephilim confirmed. Oh, you got a new avatar, Ember. I like it. Very nice.
Oh, yeah. Ember has been just rocking some great outfits on the transposition streams.
Mm-hmm.
There. Okay, there. Another one.
Is that when you stand really nice in your outfit? Your transposition?
If you can't read this, it says, and after all the dust settled, they suddenly realized that America had been saved by a porn star. The end.
I'm guessing the history books are going to refer to Stormy Daniels as a performer.
You think so?
Yeah.
An adult performer. A nightclub performer. A street corner performer.
People are asking how Trump will be remembered. I think that's a matter of who's writing the history books. And unfortunately, since they have to write the history books to be palatable to school boards in Texas, I don't think we're going to get a very accurate version of him in history.
Well, not in Texas, at least.
Well, see, the problem is they're not going to want to print separate textbooks for different states.
Well,
So they go with the lowest common denominator, and they print textbooks that Texas will accept.
That's become less of a problem nowadays.
Texas will write its own history book.
Yeah, you're right, Mage. It is less of a problem because now they often don't print the textbooks at all.
Now here's a little good AI work.
Not even. Yeah, that's something that Barnum would have trouble passing off in a freak show.
Yeah, this is super creepy.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Not even.
I love this one.
Yeah, anything to get them upset is worth the effort.
Oh, wait a minute, didn't. Okay.
right?
Wishing all the homophobes and transphobes a super uncomfortable month.
Damn right.
Yeah, here's my
Hmm.
Well, the MAGAs are starting to use an upside down American flag as one of their symbols, which is I just think a terrible thing to do. But nonetheless, they're terrible people. Well, I prepared a new flag just for them, so you'll come across that later in the stack of pictures.
Oh, yeah.
There's my oldie but goodie right there. Sexual diseases threaten American families 41 years ago, July. How about that?
God.
Look at all the names. They haven't changed. You have Falwell, please, and Bob Jones, and the Senate Judiciary Committee passes prayer amendments, and
I keep telling people that these nutcases out there trying to restrict everything are the same people who hated Elvis, who burnt the records, who burned the books. It's them all over again.
Well,
same people.
Elvis the pelvis. You got to watch out for Elvis the pelvis.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing about flying the American flag upside down, were none of these people ever in Boy Scouts? I seem to recall learning that that's just a horribly disrespectful thing to do. You're never supposed to do that.
Well, see, they only tout the flag code when it comes to a liberal doing something with the flag. Other than that, they get to do anything they want, like make a commercial and make it into clothing and print stuff on it and change it and all that kind of junk.
Okay, interesting enough, I was looking up the whole kangaroo with the 2 uteruses thing, and apparently they also have 3 vaginas.
Whoa, 3 vaginas, no waiting.
Yeah, but
Good one, Jimmy.
the third one forms when they get pregnant, apparently. So they have 2 vaginas for each of their 2 uteruses, and then the third one forms when they're pregnant.
So is the third one then the delivery chute that the baby comes out of?
I guess.
I wonder what the fertility cycle is then with them, because it sounds like there's going to be one that's recovering while the other 2 are active, and or something like that to stage out the age between kids or something.
Revenge must be ice cream, because it's best dish. It's dish best served cold, and it's always sweet. You thought that was funny the other day.
Oh, yes, Ember corrected me. That's right. Flying the flag upside down is an SOS. It's a distress symbol. So they're saying we need immediate help.
At this point, we need to be flying that thing upside down on a permanent basis.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Where did you find this woman? Where did you 2 meet? Sloth Girl, where did you 2 meet?
It's a very long story. My mom used to change Purple's diapers.
Uh-huh.
So we're first cousins once removed.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah. But her mom used to babysit for me when she was pregnant with her. So I have literally known Sloth Girl for longer than she has been alive.
I know somebody like that.
He's known me longer than I've known her.
Yep. So my father's sister is her grandmother.
Okay.
Perp, go find the Trump flag. It's red.
What do you want to do with the Trump flag?
It's red, white, and black.
It's already
I
done.
think.
I'm waiting
have
for
you-
them to break out the traditional Confederate flag. Just a big white sheet.
What have you done to the Trump flag?
I just corrected some of its information. That's all.
Still of the West Virginia is asking Minnesota to give their flag back.
Minnesota has a new flag.
No, look, it's a story that goes back to World War II. Or not World War II, Civil War.
You know Minnesota's has a flag.
Yeah.
It's a blue, black, light blue, black background, and it's like an 8-pointed star on it. Yeah, Minnesota has a new flag.
Let's see here. Looking up the. I don't know
Is
what.
this the one you meant?
What's that?
I just improved the Trump flag. That's all.
Nice.
Well, the only way they get any votes is by constantly convincing their voters that they're under immediate attack.
The bottom line says
Oh, geez.
what did I write? I gotta read this again.
Because you know, in
Oh, yeah.
distress is their
Make-
SOP.
Make America
Why-
fascist.
Why does it say Dwart? Or
Dwar.
Dwari? Or, no, I don't know.
Your fur?
No, I'm just reading the letters. I'm trying to make sense of the letters.
Well, it's German, upside down.
Deferrer Trump 2024.
I would have guessed you would have just gone with God America fascism.
Got me once. There we go.
Well, you know, all we really need to do is ban the sale of pre-shredded cheese, and then we make America great again.
That's true. It wouldn't affect the economy of Wisconsin at all.
Oh, I just got that one. That was awful, Purple.
Alex says that was
I
awful.
thought it was worthy. I thought it was extremely worthy. Very, very good.
Oh,
Bye bye, Edgy.
unless they get rid of shredded cheese, they'll never make America
Oh,
great
yeah.
again.
Shredded American cheese.
R.I.P. boiled water. He will be missed.
I don't
Yeah.
know if they do that.
Well, you know, it would create an extra job because every place that sells pizza would have to have somebody on duty full time doing nothing but shredding cheese.
This is true.
See, it's good for the employment.
There's machines that shred cheese.
Pretty quickly, actually.
I heard somebody else come in here. Hello, Commander.
I love the taco editor.
Yes, Sloth Girl is also a taco cat.
That's because Taco Cat backwards is Taco Cat.
Oh,
Hope you don't have
by
to
the way, there is a new requirement. Tuesday is not just Taco Tuesday. First of all, Tuesday is Toe Bean Tuesday. So you cannot have your tacos until you have posted a picture of your pet's toe beans.
Oh, toe beans.
But if you don't have a pet,
Then you don't get tacos.
Yeah. Everybody's going to have a furry friend.
Yay!
not everybody that wants tacos.
I had a taco salad yesterday.
I went on a Taco Bell diet. You see, you just get the 3 taco supremes, and that's all you eat in one day. And then if they didn't cook it right, then you get the runs and you lose water weight.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
eat,
I was going to say you'd never have a problem with being constipated. again.
you just eat Taco Bell and some gyms. They'll clear you right out.
Commander, diarrhea runs in the family.
Ah,
No, it runs in your genes.
I hate it when it runs in the genes. Then you gotta get new genes. Poop jokes.
Hey, we're classy here.
So I'm going to dress this thing in robes and make it look like a little bit like Jesus, and then debunk false prophets with it. Really, all prophets are false, but I thought the religious fundamentalists would like a channel named the Furry Jesus, where the fundamentalist prophets get debunked by a furry.
Sounds good. Hey, Captain.
Ah,
This is a very unusual weather pattern I'm looking at here.
Okay, that reminded me of a joke that I haven't thought of for years. Admiral Nelson aboard his flagship.
the sea view?
Huh?
Oh, your nation expects every man to do his duty. And then the duty gets done right on the floor.
Stephanie, thank you for getting that.
Yeah, but Admiral Nelson's aboard his flagship, and the lookout shouts down, "Admiral, French frigate off the port bow!" And the Admiral turns to his manservant and says, "Get my crimson shirt for me." And he says, "Why? In the event that I am shot, the shirt will hide the blood, so my men will not realize I am injured, and they will carry on the fight."
No, you don't want to use red to hide the blood. You want to use black.
Let me finish. So he runs down, he gets the shirt, and, as the Admiral's changing shirts, the lookout yells down, "Admiral, 40 French frigates off the port bow!" And the Admiral turns to his manservant and says, "Please run down and get my brown breeches."
Mhm.
It was a poop joke. I knew it.
Hey, Sammy.
Goth, what is the prophecy? March 19th, 2029? Is that when the world's finally going to end again?
Oh, is that our next one? 2029?
Oh, I can't believe it's going to be more than 5 years before the next time the world ends. There's got to be one sooner than that.
Oh, there was one last month again.
Oh, last month? Okay, that makes more sense.
Or is that this month?
This month?
But
Nope.
isn't
Maybe
there
both.
always some asshole predicting the end of the world?
Yeah.
Yeah, evangelicals.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That the world has to end at least every 5 years or so. I think it's ended about 24 times in my lifetime already.
And sadly, a lot of the people who predicted it still have massive followings, and despite being wrong.
Yeah, it
Well, the
seems to be-
JWs still exist. I don't know how they got past 1975.
yeah, it seems the world ends about as many times as the Ark is discovered.
I wonder if somebody somewhere is keeping track of all these that we hear.
I used to have a site that kept track of all this stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
what-
there must be.
from whatever source it is.
There's got to be an end of the world prediction site, somewhere.
Ow.
Well, of course, the conservatives predicted the end of civilization when they legalized gay marriage.
Oh, let's see. We got a Wikipedia article on it, but that probably won't list all of them.
Well, clearly the American family ended in 1983 on account of all the homosexual diseases.
Little toenail. The other foot. The other foot. Oh, man. Oh.
You know,
I
it
read
was
it
like
in the moral
19.
majority.
No, they did. Oh, just to cut them.
That's one cut.
I apologize.
Trim them. Maybe
Pat Robertson predicted that the end of the world would happen in like 1981 or 1982.
Yeah, but he ran for president in 1988. So,
Okay, well, in writing my second novel, I had predicted that the end of the world would be August 17th, 1987.
Let's see. We got the Pat Robertson in 1982.
Yeah, that cheese was not very favorable.
It was the end of the world on April 27th of 87. That's the day my mommy died.
Might have just been me.
Hmm.
That's
Action definitely.
totally
Did you
became
think
not worth living.
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely feel like it.
the end of the world as we know it.
the end of the world as we know it?
We
I'll
got
be right back.
this Wikipedia article on underworld predictions going back
Hey, there we go.
the CE, 16th century, 17th century, 18th, 19th century, 1806, 1837, 1860, 82, 63, 81.
They were all right too. 100%. It hasn't failed. The world has ended that many
Wait.
times.
I'm pretty sure this isn't
Then they
all of
just
them either.
forgot the multiplication factor in their math. That's what fucked it up, right?
80s,
The scalar.
1990s, 1999, see how many do they? 1, 2, 3, 4 in 1999.
Yeah.
Well,
3, 4.
Okay.
As I recall, I did party like it was 1999 in 1999. So I got that on my resume.
Bunch in 2000.
the world actually did end in 1982. And the reason you're not aware of it is because right now you're all just brains in vats in a space station orbiting Mars, waiting for the terraforming to be effective enough that you can breathe there again.
Oh.
So we got what?
Why would you need to breathe if you're a brain in a vat?
So we got John
Well,
Gribben,
the
Benjamin.
idea is we're going to clone new bodies for everyone, and then you can, be back to normal lives.
Oh.
Well, we have John Gibbons, astrophysicist, co-author in 1974 book The Jupiter Effect, which predicted the combined and gravitational forces of aligned in planets would create a number of catastrophes, including a great earthquake in the San Andreas Fault. That would be the end of the world there.
I
If your
predict
world is
Al Bundy's mother-in-law will shake herself dry, and that will cause the end of the world.
I guess if your world is San Francisco, then yeah, I suppose it's.
What do we have more recently here? 2026, 2020. What we're running low on into the world predictions here. I don't see anything more recent.
I want the metaverse update. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, this must not have all of them.
You comfy here, pal.
Sasha Stone, that asshole, predicts that the entire world will be perfected by his bully idol by 2030. You don't want to know what shit he's into.
Yeah, what is he going to perfect by 2030?
It goes back to some weird occult stuff related to the source material for spirit science. It's utter bollocks.
I'm just curious as to if some heavenly body has screwed Jupiter so that Jupiter's about to pop out another planet that's going to hit the Earth. We covered that last Sunday on Bad Science Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Mars had some hanky-panky with Jupiter, and it's going to burst it forth and bigger. Yes.
Mars has small hands, though.
Well, if you were watching Bad Science Sunday this weekend, Roger from Mud Fossil U was explaining how the red spot on Jupiter is its vagina, and that's how it gave birth to Venus.
Correct.
I know we did that on the DSA too.
Which hit the Earth and then hit Mars.
That dude is really fucked up in the head.
He is.
It left the Dallas Marineris.
I mean, he
has a very poor understanding of anatomy.
Yeah, I think he has some serious philias that need to be addressed.
We were looking into having someone carve a dildo out of stone and actually send it to him and see if he makes an episode.
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, yeah. Definitely do it.
So you're like
I
saying
think my best contribution to the...
And chisel it into the shape of?
My best contribution to the discourse on that thing was screaming, "No, it isn't!" Like, no. The vulval anchor point was the one that got me. It's like I almost completely lost it at that point in time. It's like, see this right here? That's the anchor.
Monkey.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Robin is going to try to make it 3 o'clock on Saturday.
Bosh, what is that a link for?
Say again?
I was asking Bosh what that's a link for. I suppose I can click on it and find out, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, that's an awful big link for what it leads you to.
Yes, Robin. Roger is very special. Very special indeed.
Roger needs help.
I wonder if he actually gaslit himself into believing his own shite, or whether he's just doing it for the clicks and the views.
I think a lot of these guys don't actually believe it. They're just trying to make up as much as possible, like you say, for the likes and the views.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, CC Chris, when his own wife kicked him out of her house to do that shit outside, because I don't want to hear it no more.
Watching Roger's stuff, I think he might actually believe it.
I'm pretty sure he does, which is really sad.
CC really believes his shit too.
Yeah, I do wonder with some of these people, if they start out as a grift, but after they've been doing it for several years, they convince themselves of it.
I think that's what happened to Joseph Smith.
Dum 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 dum.
I am not.
No, I'm referencing the South Park.
Yep.
Whenever Joseph Smith said something, they went dum 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 dum, and when someone questioned it, they were like smart, 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 smart.
Mhm.
It was a compulsive. It was just a reactionary South Park reference. I apologize if it was taken the wrong way.
I've never seen South Park.
Oh my God! You killed Kenny.
And interestingly enough, they did run that scene past some of their Mormon friends, and they thought it was quite funny.
Yeah, actually, I've watched a couple of videos of ex-Mormons reviewing that episode.
Who's this Roger you guys are talking about?
Roger from
Roger
Mud
Mud
Fossil
Fossil.
University.
Oh, I never knew his first name.
Yeah, that he thinks every rock he picks up is actually a fossilized part of some living creature, and he thinks that a mountain range is actually the remains of a dragon.
Or
Demon,
giant or something.
What format are those videos in? Could Purple play them to us all today?
No, I don't want to try playing somebody else's videos because we'll probably get copyright strikes.
If the author of it says it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah, I'd have to check which ones would be okay, but unfortunately, YouTube is so screwed up that there's a lot of stuff that even though in the beginning of the video the author says it's okay for free use, YouTube still offers copyright strikes for it.
I mean, what they're saying is the author of the video is right here in the chat, honey. It's Demon Orb. She made a couple of CC and Mud Fossil video parodies.
Okay, I had missed
Yeah,
that.
we showed one on the DSA. It should be fine.
And they can get away with it if you're commenting on it as well. Doing legit commentary.
Okay, we'll say something intelligent halfway through. Not me, but somebody.
I won't.
Oh yeah, right. You're as gray as mine.
Hey,
Okay, well,
Hi, Steph.
oh hi.
You're looking cool. You're looking cool and fresh today.
Well, yeah. We shall see how cool I remain. It's kind of warm in here. It's like it's somewhere around.
Okay,
80
there's
or
the first
something.
link.
YouTube was real shit to me this week. They basically flagged one video for and then they age restricted it, and then they unage restricted it 6 hours later, but it didn't take like the other videos like it.
For the YouTubes.
Not everybody talked at once.
okay.
I thought we were waiting for the mocking of the mud fossil video.
Yep, I'm trying to get one set up here.
Just lost my balance.
My brand new computer, the Wi-Fi won't work. I had to tether it to my phone. I got one of those USB things that's supposed to go to the Wi-Fi. It doesn't fucking work. So I basically got to take it to Best Buy after the weekend and have them figure out why anything related to Wi-Fi doesn't work.
Well, you
Okay.
bought it at Best Buy. That's part of your issue.
It was
If you
custom built.
if you want to put it into theater mode, that button next to the full screen.
This one is awesome.
I wonder
Okay.
if Jen's coming back.
I'm here.
Yep. Here's one of Demon Orb's videos.
Commander's
Well, friends, well, as you can see here, I think this might be some sort of creature. Now, I've got a sneaking suspicion this creature came from a deep ocean, and I'm wondering if this creature may have been faked to try and fool me, but I'm no fool. I know a creature when I see it. This white stuff here, that's not snow, that's dandruff. So, anyway, this creature is a mythical beast, you know, but it's real. It comes from the ocean. It's real.
Yeah, that looked pretty much like one of his.
Yep. Yep. That's pretty on the mark.
You can get out of theater mode again you can get out of theater mode again by clicking on that thing back to go back to normal. So
Big W.
And you know
Big
what's
W,
fun, right?
Demon.
Depending upon the mountain range, that creature literally could have come from the ocean. You know, tectonic plates and uplifting all.
Came from Fredonia. It's Groucho Marx.
I used to hang out in a town.
I'm
by the name of
talking about the
Fredonia.
mountain. Yep.
It's in disguise.
It's cute.
Porpoise. Whoops.
Porpoise.
Vaporize.
Porpoise is here. Porpoise is gone. Porpoise is
Porpoise.
back.
Hello, porpoise.
I am the Sinister Porpoise. When you think of Sinister Porpoises, think of the Sinister Porpoise.
And you're not muted. Wow. It's all working now.
Oh, I need to change my avatar. Wrong channel.
I need to go run out to the grocery store. Just remembered.
Why did I just hear a dolphin in the background?
That was my son.
Because there
you're a
was a
porpoise.
dolphin.
Well, at least it was a sound with a porpoise.
Oh, this shit looks like it should be all the way through after it's 6 o'clock, so that's what we're saying.
Alright.
Okay, I'm getting Demon Orb's other video set up here where I thought I was. There we go. Yeah, Greg.
Do-do-do-do. There we are. One more click.
Yep. I just have to keep switching between tabs to do the right clicks. Here we go.
Well, same time. This is not the scale, of course. When I grew up, the solar system was stationary. All right, honey, come on. Will you stop this bullshit? Can't you give me like 5 minutes? No, you've had all morning, and I'm freezing and I'm hungry. Oh.
So
All right, screw you then.
I take it
You know
you
what?
can't edit.
Die.
Oh jeez. Who's got the cops after him?
Cece's wife just shoved him in the microwave.
She did the right thing.
At least it was fast.
May the spaghetti monster bless her.
I would like to meet
It's called
CC in person.
Noodly appendage.
All hail his noodly appendage.
I would like to
Call
meet
for bold
CC in
action.
person and just to tell him he's such a jackass.
I'm sure there are
Yeah.
plenty of people in this town that tell him that.
You know, CC gives me one
Sadly-
extra reason that I'm glad I finally got out of New York, because apparently he drives through the area I used to live in.
Whenever I drove through Westchester County, I had the GoPro. I wanted to find his license plate and his bumper stickers. I hear they are ridiculous.
Are there flat Earth bumper stickers?
Probably.
Yes.
Everything out
God,
there.
maybe that I could make some money.
You can make your own bumper stickers.
Yeah, I'll make some flat Earth bumper stickers and sell them to these idiots.
There's companies online that you can get whatever you want for some bumper sticker.
Well, there was the
Oh, they
There
sell
must
them on
be-
Amazon.
yeah,
I
there was
can't-
a bumper sticker of the Flat Earth Society. We've got divisions all around the world.
Yeah.
All around the globe.
All over the globe. Exactly right.
Ah,
So, how does someone become fucked in the head enough to believe the earth is flat anyway?
Hit too many times?
schizophrenia?
One or too many hits from the snake.
Yeah.
Moonshine?
I have no idea. I mean, it's just sort of a new fad. I think it was like kind of a new thing. I think somebody did it as a joke, and everybody just sort of went right along with it.
A really bad trip? Too many
Yeah.
drugs?
Yeah. I think
don't
somebody
know.
started it as a joke, but since they quoted a Bible passage, the people who think they have to take the Bible literally.
Well,
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw a great meme. Somebody had rewritten the first verse of the Bible. You know, in the beginning, they had written this once upon a time.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was funny.
So, right,
well,
So how
Adam and
does-
Eve were supposedly the first two people, yet there was women's for the two sons to marry. So, how does that work?
Well, Jewish scripture
Magic.
covers
Married
that.
their own sisters.
No, Jewish scripture covers that because in the Jewish scripture, Lilith was Adam's first wife. And
Yeah.
she got kicked out of the garden because she didn't want to kneel to Adam. She wanted to be his equal. So then everybody they found in the land of Nod when they left the garden were the children of Lilith.
I thought
still doesn't make
Lilith
any
was the
sense any
source
better.
of all the wet dreams. I thought
mean-
Lilith was the source of all wet dreams.
I mean, marrying your half sister isn't any less damaging than marrying your full sister.
Yeah. Well, how about marrying your own clone?
Well, marrying
Eh.
is marrying probably won't do
Well,
anything
what
it's
would it
breeding
do?
with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
All right, I gotta go. See you all later.
Oh,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Don't drown.
See you.
I won't. Bye.
Have a great day.
You have to consider even Adam marrying his own clone was a step up because originally God wanted him to choose from all the animals.
Yeah. They seem to leave that. They seem to leave that part out.
Yeah, so you know, at minimum, at least Adam said no to bestiality. Give him
So-
credit for that.
Ember, about your post there, they found wives among other people. Does that basically mean that Adam was a pimp?
Yes, it does.
You know, I've always just envisioned the scene though that, you know, God has all the animals presenting one at a time to Adam as he's trying to find a companion. You know, and he's kind of getting down to the end, and the porcupine comes up and presents itself, and Adam's just, no, God, forget it. This is not going to work. No way.
I think if you do it with your left hand, it is.
Why are we being discriminatory against left-handed people?
1 times 1 equals 0.90.
So talking about biblical reading in the beginning, do you think Moonshine was involved in the writing of that passage?
Well, moonshine or being drunk or mistranslation, or it's just a campfire story people told their kids and it's not supposed to make sense, but some people took it literally.
Well, I am convinced that God created the platypus at 5 o'clock, just as the effects of the weed he made at 4:20 were kicking in.
Yeah, he has all these parts left. I was like, guys, we gotta work till 5 o'clock. So everybody grab something, we'll slap it together.
No, I think God was just having a giggle fit. Oh man, this thing looks so weird. What can I do to make it weirder? I know, I'll put a duck beak on it.
Make it lay eggs.
Venomous.
And we'll make it lay eggs.
Hey, and wouldn't it be cool if it glowed in the dark?
Yeah.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
A
And
platypus
make it
actually do
poisonous.
glow under ultraviolet light.
Poison enough to kill a grown man.
And make it poison enough to kill a grown man.
Yep.
Is this the same time
Well,
you
they
made the...
actually they don't have the venom to kill a grown man. It just creates enough pain to the point where a grown man wants to kill.
He wants to die.
Well, I wouldn't say that. But yeah, they did. The pain is so much. Yes.
So are you saying God made the platypus about the same time he made that bioluminescent fungus?
Yeah.
We need more bioluminescence on land.
You look very pretty today, Porpoise.
This thing does not exist.
You know, I'm wondering, can we use CRISPR to make grown people glow in the dark?
I don't think so. But maybe the biohackers have achieved it.
I was actually wondering about them making cats and dogs that glow in the dark. You know, I could
They
see
do.
breeders going for that.
Deer. They need to make deer glow in the dark.
That's not going to stop.
Oh, yes.
They have taken that gene sequence out of the zebrafish that glow.
Yeah, I know they've done it with fish.
And they've added it to other things. I don't remember what, but I know I heard them talking about it on the NPR. They were adding it to something else.
You can get to bioluminescent tobacco plants. I don't know why you want them.
I think they have a few things.
They made a petunia plant that the flowers glow in the dark. I saw pictures. It was pretty cool.
They make dogs glow in the dark, cats glow in the dark, fish glow in the dark. Rabbits.
Do you want to glow in the dark, Athena? I was going to say, if you glow in the dark, then you won't be able to attack my feet as easily.
Bless you, Jenny.
But I know there are people who have bought CRISPR to try to do biohacking. I don't think they really achieved much of anything so far.
What is CRISPR?
Pittsburgh is a city in Pennsylvania.
CRISPR, not Pittsburgh.
I said CRISPR.
CRISPR is a simple gene editing technology, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, they get some glow-in-the-dark rabbits.
It's relatively,
Basically turning them into crispy critters.
it's relatively simple, and you can actually buy CRISPR equipment off of eBay fairly cheaply.
Nice.
That's from using genes from a jellyfish to make the glow-in-the-dark rabbits.
Okay, I this is something I did not know. I am now very disturbed that anybody can buy a gene editor off of Amazon.
You do it
When
now.
I get back to Virginia, I'm gonna buy a gene editor off of Amazon and start being the mad scientist.
Listen, if
That's
we don't,
not a gene editor. They just drank too much Mountain Dew.
needs to make an announcement. Are you on like a laptop or with an internal microphone or something?
No, I'm using my.
Me?
I'm doing the best I can, guys. I'm sorry. I can't make my headphones work any better.
All right. Well, it just sounds like maybe you have the wrong headphone in your setup.
I've tried messing with it.
Because even like using a headphone mic shouldn't sound that way.
Well, I'm doing the best I can. I'll try messing with it some more. But by the way, it's Sloth Girl, sweetheart. Let me see. Is that any better?
Yeah, the only gene editor I have says Singer on it.
Any better?
A little bit. Is this like I play with pandas t-shirt where the next line is import pandas as PD? Which is a Python joke, which no one else will get, but
yeah.
So, what other insane conspiracy theorist probably had moonshine?
I
don't think the spirit.
Flat Earth is a given. Then you have all the religious New World Order folks that want to kick over the current world order, thereby ushering a new world order. So that's always counterproductive.
Yeah, and which drug is responsible for spirit science? It's got to be an hallucinogenic.
Peyote?
It's a combination of theosophy and probably ayahuasca and LSD.
Yeah, ayahuasca could do it.
Ayahuasca is the one that Jordan keeps endorsing.
But
Jordan has gone officially chewy, so there's weirdness there, even more weird than usual.
Okay, how about the one about the you know the reptilians trying to take over the planet?
You know, there was a shotgun battle with aliens in Bourbon County, Kentucky, and it made the newspaper. And you figure that one out.
With actual aliens, or did they just think they were aliens?
The reptilians.
Actually, the illustrations people gave, since this was like the early 50s, were like elvish creatures.
Yeah,
Isn't it interesting how the alien's physical frame changes depending upon what Hollywood says it is?
Yep. Okay, Goff, I have to respond to this. Most cats are from Earth. However, the Ornos disguise themselves as cats when they come to Earth, so that they can walk around among us without drawing too much attention to themselves. You know, so there is a statistical chance that any cat you encounter may be an alien.
Florgan.
Athena has informed me it's best not to inquire what planet she comes from. Now feed me, human. After she's done.
I have my hand up, people. I need to say something.
Okay.
First of all, I want to let every one of you know that I love you very much and that you are valuable, not just to me, but to everyone in this world. And I was in the hospital last week, and my cancer has metastasized in my bones. So there is no more chemo available. I'm now on hospice treatment only.
Oh.
And
that sucks.
and sometime within the next year, I'm probably not going to be here anymore.
Well, to be fair, they didn't actually give a timeline, but yeah.
But as fast and as aggressive as it's being, I expect within the next year I won't be here anymore.
Yeah.
That's rather sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're adjusting to that, and just a matter of giving her as many good days as possible.
On the good part, I get as many oxycodones as I want. So every bad situation has a little bit of good. I just especially wanted Jenny to know. I wish I didn't have to tell you this, why I probably should have called you, but then they didn't have to make individual phone calls to every single person.
Yeah.
And now y'all can talk about me when I'm not here.
Well, I was trying to teach myself how to knit with the knitting needles you gave me, but Molly ate the knitting.
Molly ate your project?
Yeah.
That sounds very much like a dog activity. Did it taste good?
I guess it did. So I'm gonna have to start over from scratch trying to figure out how to do this.
Yeah, I just hope that she doesn't have any problem passing it through.
No, it was a while ago. She's no problem.
Okay.
I got it out of her mostly.
We lost someone. Oh, Commander.
But I'm going to leave you guys now, because you can't hear me very well anyway. So I'll see you later on.
Well, I could probably walk you through the settings, but
That's all right.
there's no point.
It's all right. I need to go to the bathroom anyways, so. I'll see y'all later.
See you later, Sloth.
Yeah, she does have some problems with the tech, and I should have gone up there and checked her settings before we started.
Well, Windows can be a little wonky, and especially like Windows 10 would often switch mics without any notice. And it's annoying.
Yeah, mine does that all the time. It wants to default to my camera mic instead of my headset.
What? Windows has a problem?
Oh, I can solve all your Windows problems if you want me to. You're not going to like my solution, but...
I got this one that's out of reach. I can't clean it. You want to come over?
Not that type of window.
Okay, so far, Windows only has problems if you're using version 11 or earlier.
I haven't had that many problems with 11, but I'm probably going to switch all over to Linux even on my gaming PC just because recall was a stupid feature.
Does anybody know about these the Tiny 10 program? It's supposed to be Windows 10 with all the bullshit stripped out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been around for a while. It was started as
I've been thinking of just, reformatting my new computer and just loading that on, just because it's supposed to take up, less of the memory and such. Was just wondering if I do that, if things might run faster.
Maybe, but maybe not. Usually, what you'll have is fewer startup options, and maybe you'll have more space on the hard drive. But you may also be missing Windows features you actually need or use quite a bit. And I don't know if you have any specific software that requires Windows. Like, I'm pretty sure the video editing programs I use can be run on Linux. Like, OpenShot is open source, so yes, I think Sony Vegas has a Linux version. Why do I keep calling it Sony? Sony hasn't made it for a while. It's just Vegas Pro.
Yeah, well, that was my main question of if I'm likely to run into software compatibility issues.
As far as I know, it's just Windows. It just has a lot of the extraneous stuff. What I wasn't saying just compatibility issues. I'm saying it may not have features you actually use that because of the stripped down version. You may want to look up ReactOS and see where it is, which is like an open source version of Windows.
You mean there like might be some stuff at startup that runs in the background that you never actually see, but you depend on?
Yeah.
Or don't depend on it and just eats up memory.
Well, if she doesn't use that, I mean, that's not...
Yeah, well, Goff is saying if I reformat, I'll lose everything, but that actually wouldn't be a real problem because, you know, all of my work stuff I've got on an external hard drive.
Yeah, well, back up the data you want to keep. So.
Yeah, well, like I say, that's already on the external hard drive. So basically, if I unplug the external hard drive and I reformat the internal drive, I don't think I'm losing anything important.
Yeah, with external drives that can hold terabytes of information, it's a lot easier to back up your whole system nowadays.
And as far as features I don't use or features I would need, it's like I don't understand Windows well enough to use most of its features. So basically, you know, as long as it runs Chrome without a problem. Actually, I'm also think you're switching web browsers.
Listen, you can send it to me. I'll install Linux, and you'll be good.
Except that I don't know how to use Linux, and I would not know how to deal with things if I try to add a program that doesn't want to run on Linux.
Why would you want to do that? Most of the programs that are really good, or like Blender, have Linux versions.
Yeah, but see, I'm broke, so I mostly have to run programs that I can get for free.
That's not a problem at all on Linux.
No, that's actually that's the advantage of Linux.
I mean, there is commercial Linux software, but...
Yeah, I just didn't know if the programs that were for Windows that were released, you know, for public domain, if those are going to have any problem with Linux.
Usually not. What programs do you use like that? I would be more concerned if you use the Adobe suite.
No, actually, for editing, well, I use Audacity for vocal recording.
That's definitely on Linux.
Yeah, then I do like OpenShot for doing my video editing.
Also on Linux, you just download those from the repositories.
Yeah. Outside of that, it's just the web browser and, you know, running some games.
And as far as you ever need a word processor, LibreOffice is there. You're probably not going to run Word, but...
Yeah, I had been using Apache Office, but I'm learning to use Libre now.
I'm a Libre. You can use me.
Somehow
Well, yes, I imagine that you're very user-friendly.
Somehow I think Jenny is talking about a different type of usage, though.
Yeah.
Whatever's necessary.
Yeah. Tire her up, get her all fired up, and leave the room and have a sandwich.
I'm guessing Mage has an interesting data life. Dating life.
Yeah, I've got to remember what this dating thing is about. It's been 10 years since I've had a date. I'd kind of like to try it again, but I don't know how to meet anybody.
I think you just go someplace and do nothing, and then someone adopts you.
Is that how it works?
No,
Yeah, but doesn't that mean hanging? Oh, sorry, Jenny. What?
I just said no.
Yeah, you really want to take the sexual advice on dating.
Yeah, well, the only problem I have with that advice is it sounds like it means hanging out where there are strangers.
Well, ideally, the stranger should share some of your interests. Like, don't go to the Republican convention.
I can't believe there's not a LBGT group that would put on a pride parade or something, picnic or something in St. Cloud. St. Cloud's pretty big.
I mean, even where I live has like a pride center, so.
There is a pride center called the Rainbow Coalition downtown here. That that's where my trans group has been meeting recently. So yeah, I'm starting to look into what other activities they have there.
Go volunteer.
Which reminds me, I wanted to go. Just, maybe even like us doing dishes at the ASPCA. Hey, Athena, how are you?
Well, dogs always lick the plates clean. You don't have to do them.
Well, they need to.
I used Molly for that one. The other day, I finished up some rice in the aluminum tray of tin that it came in, and still had a little bit of specks of rice left on it. I just threw it on the floor. Clean that up for me.
Hey, Athena will lick the plate clean if it's something she likes. Like, she will not. She likes the Shiba moist cat food for some reason. She will not let that stay very long. Doesn't seem to matter what flavor.
How does your cat deal with a tin of aluminum?
Looks like Molly heard her name. Came in.
A tin of tuna, which is very similar to aluminum.
I haven't had tuna in here for a while. I just haven't bought it for a long time. I'm sure she'd eat it because it looks. The cans look like cat food. A lot of cat food is tuna flavored.
Yeah, it's pretty much a matter of if she likes the smell.
Interestingly enough, we tried making mouse flavored cat food, and they didn't like it.
I've never seen a cat actually kill and eat a mouse. I've seen them kill them, but eat them? No.
I've seen cats.
They just bring them home and put them in your bed.
No.
I have seen a cat eat a mouse.
Yeah.
That's a natural diet in the wild.
Well, like I say, I took in a couple of feral cats, and one of them I knew that we finally had an agreement to share the garage was when he left me a headless bat by the door. So he had already eaten the brains and left me the body.
Well, that's where all the protein is.
The chickens killed a rat getting into their run.
No, but blessed be he. If you would like to go subscribe to the Mad Computer Scientist channel, that won't be a Christian channel either. I'll just be happy about it.
Oh, I didn't realize blessed be he had
Blessed, maybe you could convert her.
No, this channel we basically only talk about religion to heckle it. So
I don't need to be converted. I already worship Linus Torvalds.
You've been trolling this channel for how long? And you don't know this?
Well, I don't know if Athena would know what to do with a mouse, though. I don't think she's ever seen one.
yeah, Guapo did tend to bring me live mice. That he would drop them in front of me, and when they ran under the furniture, he would just look at me, wondering why I hadn't grabbed it first.
Although Athena will drag her toys to me in bed sometimes. especially if she likes the toy.
Actually, one of the things I have fun with, is I've got one of the boxes that's just, from the can flats. So it's just a box with like a 3-inch edge. And to vacuum the floor, I throw all the cat toys in there. So then I find it kind of interesting to see which ones they pick out first.
We have a mouse infestation in the house, and my cat would catch and kill the mice, and then gently pick up the mouse and bring it over to her food bowl and put it in the food bowl. And then when my mom would throw out the mouse that she put her in her food bowl, the cat would look at her like, "How dare you!"
Yep.
She was very upset about having her mouse thrown away.
I mean, I have seen Athena like run into the window like each spring because she forgets the window is there when the parent birds start pushing the little birds out of the nest. She does that once each year, and then she remembers, oh, there's last year.
Yeah, we've got a squirrel who taunts Sammy. He actually comes up and climbs on the living room window screen.
Because hey, squirrels are just... Squirrels are interesting, but it does bother me when, like, people treat squirrels as pets. Like, if you go on a university campus, a lot of the squirrels will have no fear of humans. And I've seen at the university I attend where, like, some of the staff will go out and actually feed the squirrels.
Yeah, our building manager actually issued a notice that feeding the squirrels would lead to, a possible lease violation because there were too many people here that were feeding the squirrels, and the population right around the building was getting kind of out of control.
I mean, squirrels do give the campus character, but...
A few years back, we had some issues with koi dogs on the island nearby, and shortly after that, I was being inundated with squirrels all over the place in my area.
Did you know the red squirrels are not native to North America? But during the early 1800s, it was kind of a fad to bring them over here and like release hampers full of squirrels during weddings and other celebrations.
Yeah, we can thank the British for that one.
Yeah.
And
it was just a fad among the elite that they could bring a bunch of squirrels over.
And dandelions they brought over, and starlings.
So is that why all the squirrels in the Midwest after like a certain point are brownish in color? Whereas they're gray on the East Coast?
No, the gray squirrels and the red squirrels are actually two different species.
Yeah, but
yeah,
the squirrels around here are like have a brownish coat. They're not gray. If you go further east, they're all gray.
Gray squirrels come in a variety of colors. We have gray and black here. And once in a while we see a brown one.
I'm guessing you're thinking of the fox squirrel?
No, just your basic park rat.
Yeah, the one that climbs on our window screen is a black one.
I'm sure I have tons of pictures of squirrels, local squirrels. That's from some point.
And yes, I know I call them park rats, but I love squirrels very, very much.
They're cute, and when living in the park, they're fine.
You can do a whole meal out of two of them.
Is that what you're talking about with the brownish color?
Ow.
Hello?
Is anybody there?
Oh, hold on. I was trying to find a picture.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fox squirrel. That's a different...
squirrels we have around here look like that. We don't have the gray
Yeah.
squirrel.
Yeah, those are fox squirrels.
I like that giant squirrel that lives in, I think it's South America.
I like that foamy squirrel that lives on YouTube. Okay.
I'm
That
gonna
is
find
in
a picture of the thing.
Probably no one got that reference.
I do like watching the mazes they construct to test the squirrel's intelligence. And it is pretty impressive that, they have things that they have to do in a particular sequence to get the nuts, and it doesn't take very long for the squirrels to figure them out.
I've been giving Molly these puzzle little treat eat toys. I've been feeding her with it, and she's been picking up on them pretty quickly. I just got her a new one this week, and they're saying, you have to show the dog opening it like 4 or 5 times, and you have to open it partially 4 or 5 times, and then kind of let the dog do it, and she just reached down to open up to show her how it works. She immediately went in and got it even before I touched it.
Well, most towns tend to be highly motivated by food.
Yeah. I find that Sammy's son is not motivated by food at all. That the only real treat for him is the brush. But actually, a couple of years ago, Skitscrasher sent us a 3-dimensional puzzle box. It's like a cube that's got like 3 smaller boxes inside it that they have to slide around. And like I said, that was like 2 years ago, and Petunia is still she still works at that all the time. I fill it up every day, and it's great to see her because you can see, she'll like look at it from one side and she'll go around the other side for a look, so you can see that she's not just doing things randomly. She's actually planning a strategy like 3 steps ahead of what's the easiest way to knock the most treats out.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm misremembering something. Wasn't there something where squirrels just did do that, and then they realized, hey, there's an easier way, and started to do it that way?
Oh, yeah, with the mazes, a lot of times the squirrels find ways to bypass things that the people hadn't thought of.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, the guy who builds those porch pirate traps does that squirrel thing.
Oh, is that the same guy?
Uh-huh. Yeah, in fact, he's starting to make it in network appearances. He was on a couple different talk shows and all that other weird stuff that he would demonstrate. It's pretty interesting. I'll bet the guy's really making a good living. Perp, I put up a pic of those squirrels.
I need to go blow my nose.
Okay, Jenny, so these were taken at your local park?
Yes. No. These I was wrong. I don't know why I thought South America. India.
So that's actually natural like that?
Yep. And there's a couple others which have different patterns and different colors on them. So it seems to be an interesting thing that happens over there. I think they're just beautiful. Wouldn't you like to have some as an invasive species? They're supposed to be like 2 feet long, 3 feet long, something like this.
Oh, I could definitely see these being very big in the pet trade if they could legally import them.
Oh, yeah.
Ratufa indica a squirrel, and it's about 2 feet long. Wow, that is pretty big for a squirrel.
It sure is. I wonder if that
That's
includes
like
the tail
cat
or just the
size.
body. Sherbet squirrels. Yeah, that's a good name.
Yeah, that's like the size of an average house cat.
Well, I think they're just beautiful.
Yeah.
As colorful as any tropical fish.
They're very cool, yeah. Like I
Go,
said,
go mammals, go mammals.
I would have thought it was something that somebody had photoshopped. I wouldn't have thought that they could actually grow colors like that. Especially blue is a very rare color in nature.
Yeah. Which makes you wonder why they call purple things blue in agriculture. That's not blue. That's purple.
Like violet?
Huh?
Like violets, roses are red, violets are blue.
Has an interesting shaped face. Here, if I can, I found a close up of its face. If I can show it here.
Apparently, my face looks a lot like purple at someone else.
There's a close up of its face there.
Yeah. And this one's got patches of purple on the shoulder, or patches of blue on the shoulder, and patches of purple on the hip.
I wonder what it looks like under an ultraviolet light.
I mean, you're raised in all these people always talk about, well, animals take on a certain coloration so they can hide in their environment. Okay, what environment has that?
Well, that's not always the reason why they take on the colorations. But it's an interesting question as to why it developed that particular coloration.
Well, I also wonder, do they all have this coloration? Or is it, again, maybe one of those things that the males have bright colors and are the females, like just brown or something?
I don't know. I don't think that's really a thing in mammals.
No, not as much so as far as fur, no.
And Neptune's a blue planet. And Earth is the blue marble. God, they're so cute. I see all these videos on YouTube. It makes me want to have a squirrel for a pet so bad.
So apparently this the coloration helps them blend into the treetops.
Hmm.
Well, I figured it had to be something with like breaking up their outline so they were harder to see in the canopy.
Yeah. So they tend to live at the tops of trees. And that's where they get their food from.
Yeah.
So it helps them blend into the top treetops when birds are flying by for their predators.
That's what I was thinking, that, yeah, probably their primary predator would be some kind of raptor.
A fairly big one.
Yeah, well, I've seen hawks and owls take out cats and small dogs.
Oh, there was this nature show of some sort, and it had an eagle dragging a doe away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's interesting. They're also omnivorous. Though not only do they eat fruits, nuts, seeds, grain, bark, they also eat eggs and insects. So they have quite a varied diet.
Well, blessed be he. I'm glad to see that you have doubts about evolution, because I was always thinking that you were pretty much not evolved at all. So I guess that's true.
No doorknob to the hawks, cats were dinner. I think they just skipped the.
Porpoise, isn't there a B versus NB in a gay computer?
Not in computer science, no. No, there is not. Besides,
Well, we could invent one. BUIBULL.
that was a response to Blessed Be He. Because the last thing in chat was either about P versus NP or Jupiter. No, Blessed Be He. Jupiter is not an example of evolution. Jupiter is a planet. But
why do they keep demanding that evolution be able to, explain how life began? That's not its department.
Because they want to make evolution everything that it's not.
Yeah, I gotta step away for a moment.
I know back in the 70s there was this show that began, there are those who believe that life here began out there.
Yeah.
Yes, the original Battlestar Galactica. I have fond memories of that show, but it was terrible.
Ever see the remake?
The remakes... It's one of those things, yeah, the remake is a much better show, but I don't think they fully understood it.
I was disappointed on the ending. They left too many cliffhangers.
Well, I mean, honestly, the way they were going, just the way they should have ended it is humanity dies. But they were like, no one's going to like this ending. We need to do something else. So they went in a different direction.
Yes, we do. Next question.
Do you evidence for whale evolution?
Not personally, but I had this cousin who was really, really big, and he did.
I'm sorry. In what language is evidence a verb?
Poor grammar aside.
I'm not gonna talk evolution with an airhead like this. You guys can waste your time.
Blessed be he, I know plenty of English teachers who will be happy to teach you proper English grammar.
God, I'm so glad I paid attention in English class.
Yeah, my writing shows that I need somebody to teach me proper punctuation.
Yeah.
There's some good websites on punctuation.
I could probably
I will refer to them myself.
I probably could use a little brush up on that too. I'm always kind of guessworking it.
Okay. Apparently evidence can be used as a verb.
And I always use the Oxford comma.
I try and use that as well myself.
The Oxford comma is entirely optional, and its use depends on which style guide you're using mostly.
I do find it useful.
For the AP style, you don't use the Oxford comma, although generally it leads to fewer clarity issues if you do use it.
I lived for 20 years under the tyranny of the AP style book.
Yeah.
Never again.
Now.
A pox to the AP, huh?
Hey, the AP style book is not a book to be tossed aside lightly.
There are times when the comma is very important. It is the difference. It is the difference between I helped my Uncle Jack off a horse and I helped my Uncle Jack off a horse.
The AP style guide is to be thrown with great force. God,
You might have done both.
Well, thank you for the dumbest comment I've seen today.
You think it is because of your scientists?
Yeah, that's kind of what science is all about, is
I don't
discovering
believe in
evidence.
science. Yep, I'm just one of them old
Well, I
teachers.
assume their parents are the cause of my scientists, but what makes you think I have scientists? I mean, do you think we own scientists or we pay them?
Well, I had assumed that you only had mathematicians in your closet.
No, mathematicians do not stay in the closet very well.
Now I just wish
Alan?
now I just wish that was the dumbest comment I've ever seen. But I've seen dumber.
Wait. Sorry, I watched the Joe Rogan podcast with Terrence Howard. That doesn't
Oh,
even
God. How can you
That'll
do that
do
to
it.
your brain?
That would do it.
that doesn't even come close to any of the insanity
Oh, my
that
God.
podcast contained.
What happened to him? Did he, like, eat some bad mushrooms or something?
No, in all seriously, I think he's suffering from schizoaffective bipolar disorder.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll stop harassing him. But it's been a trip.
Although, if that's the case, doesn't there become a point when the producers of the show should decide that maybe he shouldn't keep doing this?
Joe Rogan or Terrence Howard?
Well, you're just saying that, you think he has an actual mental disorder, and if it's affecting his presentations.
There are flat earthers who are starting to highlight Mr. Howard.
What?
There's flat earthers who started to adopt some of his bullshit into their bullshit. Like this is what we've been missing.
Okay. BBH, it's not a matter of trusting scientists. It's a matter of trusting the scientific method, and that several people could repeat the same experiment and always get the same results.
And knowing that as we go on in life and we discover new things, if that changes something that science has been telling us, well, then we just change it because it's a new fact that we've learned.
Do you try as an expert in a particular field on that particular subject?
No, I don't trust computer scientists at all.
Yeah, remember your little ability to be on here annoying us right now is because of science. Duh.
Well, and asking if you trust an expert in a particular field, does that mean that you never go to a doctor because you don't trust the science that gave us all these medicines and gave the doctors all these ways to diagnose things?
Science is fact. Religion is a joke. I mean, faith.
Anyway, we've done our 2 hours for today. I think maybe we should wrap it up here.
All right.
What should I have for dinner?
Well, if I can get
food. Food is recommended.
If I get to the store, I'm gonna have a pizza.
Ice cream and chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, I'm out of those. I had them last night.
You're an adult. Be irresponsible.
I go to the store, but it's too far away for me to walk.
Monday was Sloth Girl's birthday, but somehow we never got around to having her cake. So
happy birthday.
we're gonna have chocolate cake and ice cream after dinner tonight.
Ooh.
Well, Sloth Girl's still listening to this. Happy birthday! I didn't know
Absolutely.
it was birthday Monday.
Happy birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, Porpoise, do you have anything you want to plug before we go?
July 21st, I will actually have Dr. Tapioca Weasel on the Faulty Logic Fridays after I edit out some of the less relevant comments on Terrence Howard's Joe Rogan Appearance podcast. because I wanted someone who could address the physics claims, because I have a feeling they're just as hilarious as his math claims, but I understand some of them are real. Be excellent to each other, and so long, and thanks for all the fish.
Okay. Jenny, have you got any appearances lined up or anything you want to say?
No, I hear that there's this show going on Saturday that I almost went to last week, but I forgot, and then it was over. And I'm sorry.
It'll be a different show this Saturday, but on related topics.
Pantyhose versus stockings.
Just use leggings; they're easier.
Mage, how about you?
I've got a garden tour coming up, which I finished filming. I just need to edit, and thinking about doing a video on how plants photosynthesize and how that particular killer thing evolved, thanks to Antangelo's bullshit.
Oh, good. Is he still around?
He was on the Kentucky Atheist last time I was on with him.
Yeah, he's still
on the show.
Yeah, I was on the show, and
God.
I got to talk to him, and he was full of shit.
Wait.
So I'm going to be doing it. So I'll probably do a video on his bullshit, though I'm not going to reference him or the exact bullshit he's talking about. I might save that for the Kentucky Atheist myself.
Did you ask him right to his Zoom face? Why is he such an asshole?
No, I was a little out of it at the time, so I didn't get into. And the actual guest that was supposed to be on came on, so I didn't really get a chance to really address it.
Okay. Did you tell him he's full of shit at any point?
I may have said something along those lines. I can't
right.
remember. Like I said, I was a little out of it at the time.
I didn't think Kentucky Atheist did open mics, and that's the only reason I can imagine letting Tangelo onto anything.
Yeah, it was an open mic thing. The guest didn't show up, so he opened it up to everybody, to the chat. So.
And this is why I never post the stream link in the chat. I only send it out to private groups on Twitter, so that I know that anybody who's seeing it has at least been vetted by someone I know.
But that was an interesting conversation to have. And he wants to bring on people who, are going to be full of crap and talk and, work and talk and debunk them and all that. So it's kind of up his alley anyway.
I would like to invite everybody here and in the chat to head on over to TikTok once in a while and do a search for Flat Earth and listen to some of the insanity that these people have.
No thanks.
I guarantee you'll have fun.
I still have not forgiven the people who made me create an account on Twitter. I am not making that mistake again by creating an account on TikTok.
No, I'm not joining TikTok.
First of all,
you don't have to create a thing to just watch.
The only reason for me to follow TikTok at all is to see what stupid things the students might be doing. Because there are a lot of stupid high school challenges that get posted on TikTok.
Yeah.
I hate the format of TikTok as well with the vertical video.
Yeah.
And short form, I hate auto repeat. I really hate auto repeat.
So do I.
Okay, well, anyway, this Saturday at 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern, we will be doing the next show in our LGBTQ series for Pride Month. So our topic this week is going to be how has society changed since gay marriage became legal?
Interesting topic.
We had an orange buffoon for a president.
Yeah. So, certainly welcome anyone who wants to join in. And, you don't necessarily have to be part of the queer community, because we would like to get some feedback, from some of the het people. And
don't care what cis people say. Fuck them.
But you don't have to be cis to be heterosexual.
Well, it's good to hear what the other side thinks, and that's how hopefully we can create a dialogue for better understanding. So, other than that, we will be back here next week at the same time, Wednesday at 2. And I know I've already set up the topic for it, but I forgot what topic I've got set for next week. So anyway, with that, we will bid you all a good day, and we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, bonds.
Later.